Okay, what we got here? We got the seven laws of Tahuti, the Kabbalion, mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. So these are things that you need to really, oh, excuse me, this is Thai for World Ministry of Information. And the part we're dealing with now are the effects of identity theft. So everything can be put in that category in the education of Thai for World Ministry. Because this is what it's all about, the theft of your identity. So everything that's said is a report on those effects. I learned by experience. I didn't ask people a lot of things growing up. I didn't. I can't think of anyone I asked questions about life. I had to learn for myself. So if you see me as being a selfish uncle, a selfish brother, or a selfish person, it's because I'm allowing you the freedom you need to grow. I'm not going to interfere with your learning process. And people generally teach the way they learn. So I learn by experience. So I'm letting you learn by experience. When you get your head knocked against the wall, you may change your tune. But I'm not a bringer of bad news. I'm not telling you what's going to happen to you if you continue that path. You got to figure that out for yourself. You got to discern things. I can't discern things for you, whether something is good for you or not. That's not my job. My job is to assist you when you come seeking truth. You got to determine what the truth is, and that I may be someone who can assist you in your journey. In other words, you got to grow up. You got to grow up. Then you can understand some of the things being shared on this forum, and we can have intelligent conversations. But if you believe in a system, if you still caught in that political system, calling yourself black, calling yourself a slave, really, we really on that level, we don't have much to talk about that I can think of, because I'm so far from that vibration. And that's what you got to do. That's your lesson. That's your homework, which I repeat in every video I make. You got to know who you are. You are the combination of your ancestors. So you got to go through the census as far as you can go. Grandparents, great grandparents. If you got some older people in your family living, you got to talk to them, find out what's going on. What happened before you came here? Yeah, you just got here. You need to find out what happened before you came. If you don't find out what happened before you got here, then you can repeat the same mistakes those made before you. But you don't have to. That's why it says learn from your mistakes. Your being your ancestors. You got to learn from mistakes the past people made, not just your mistakes. That you make it very small when you just focus it on a person. You make it very, very small. Think big. Think generationally. Everybody have a story, a unique story. You got to find your story. It's gonna take time because it's being hidden from you. People do not want you to know your story. It's been hidden for you for generations by design. So you got to find puzzle pieces and put it together yourself. That should be your life work because it take a lifetime to do that. And then when you put all the pieces together, you look around and say, okay, who can I share this with? People on a different timeline. You in another dimension. Not only have you skipped timelines, you have skipped dimensions. So you like why we call it type of world. Because you're in a world. You're in another world. They have to get to type of world, man, you got to leave that world you in. You got to elevate. Because we're closer to the sun than Earth is. Yes, we're closer than Venus. But you got to work to do on your vibration. These things will help you get there. That's why I'm focused on this. Your mentalism, your mind, how you think is you create your reality. The law of correspondence. As above, so below. You see what's happening with the planetary systems, the planets. Your whole body is a planetary system. You are a universe unto yourself. So you see things taking place in the universe outside of you, the same thing taking place in your universe of yourself. You got to know how to read yourself. Law of vibration. Everything is vibration. Everything vibrates. When you get to the science of it, nothing is really solid. It just appears that way, but it's a vibration. That's the only thing that exists. And with vibration, you have polarity, meaning the law of opposites. But are things really opposite? Or are they on the same time continuum but just different vibrations? Let's give you an example. You say you love something or you love somebody. They do something you don't like. That love changes. You can maybe say you hate that person now. So what's the difference? There's a song back in the day, there's a thin line between love and hate. That thin line is the vibration. So you may not say you hate the person, you say the love is less because of what they did or what happened. You have less love for them. Yeah. So what's the difference between love and hate? They own on the same polarity. That's what's being said. Everything relates. and that take you to rhythm. This is going to be a very important tape for you to keep and study and come back to every day until you get it. And it may take you months. It should take you months. Rhythm. Everything has a cycle, the ups and downs. You can see it on the stock market. Things goes up, they come down. It's a cycle. They say melanated people have rhythm. We tune into the music. We tune. What makes the rhythm is that we are tuned to the vibration of the music. Our body is in tune with the vibrations, so it can make the moves with the music. That's what makes the rhythm. You're in harmony with nature. Some people are not connected to the universe. They just no rhythm. Boy, that's you know what it means when you don't have rhythm. It means you are out of harmony with nature. Don't be around me if you ain't got no rhythm, because that's a low vibration. And if you are vibrating high and you're around low vibrations, guess what? You're going to be affected. Now we come to cause and effect. Cause and effect. People use different names to this. Some say it was they call it the secrets. That's what they called it some years ago. Yeah, the secrets, something like that. Law of attraction. That's what it was. The law of attraction. The law of attraction is the cause and effect. That's where that comes from. That is the law of attraction because what you think about and what you do and the words you speak has an effect. You attract what you think about, how you think. You attract that vibration. There's a story about a woman who spent her youth. Now she wasn't grown; she was a young woman wearing a black veil because she felt she was a widow. I don't know where she got that idea from, but she just wore black because she felt she was a widow. So she grew up and got married. Her husband died, and she had reason to be a widow most of her life because that's the cause, that's the effect of the way she was thinking for so many years. And the opposite can happen as well. Positive. You can see yourself as a millionaire, having things, doing things. You just imagine that happening for years and years. So the effect is that you become what you imagine. You already have it in your dreams, in your imagination. So your body has something to do to bring it about. You see how these all relate? Your mentalism causes your cause and effect. And the last but not least, but very essential, is gender. When gender is attacked, it's an attack on nature because everything have gender. As a man, you have a female part of you. As a woman, you have a male part of you. When you give the proper attention to both parts, you become balanced. I heard a woman on the tube says she wouldn't date a man who cooked for himself, who was a master in the kitchen, who knew how to keep his house clean. She figured that was a woman's duty. Well, that's true. But if what if he didn't have a woman to do that? Or the women in his life didn't do that. Then he had to call on the feminine part of himself to do that. And you should be amazed that a man can do that. Because he called on another part of himself to be strong. So have to become balanced to do that. I have to learn that myself. Many years, my in my absence of a wife, whether they passed or divorced or whatever, my house went without that feminine energy. Because certain things I just didn't know how to do. So I had to learn. Okay, I had to call on that feminine energy from somewhere. If it wasn't outside of myself, I had to call it within myself. And that takes time and skill and patience to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's who we are. We have to be a balanced person. Now, society is making people unbalanced. They're trying to make the men totally feminine and the women totally masculine. They're trying to change the dynamics of life. Most programs I listen to, the women are speaking like sounding more like men, and the men are sounding more like women. They're changing the roles, and that's coming to food, the miseducation, the programming, the TVs. Come on now, you're gonna see this little 5 feet, 100-pound woman gonna whip a grown man, fist to fist. You know that's a pipe dream. You know that's nothing real in that. But if you watch that for years and years, you actually believe you can beat a man. You actually believe that. How you to the tribe. That's all we got for now. Until YouTube take me out of jail. They got y'all in jail too because y'all can't even come in and comment for some reason. How you